Hello and welcome to another bonus episode of Hockey Inside Out. Now, since Halloween just passed, we're still going to play dress up here on the show. Everyone is going to dress up as Martin St. Louis, and let me know what line combinations you would like to see or put together if you were Martin St. Louis. Stu, you smiled. I think you've got one in mind right now. Let's hear it.
Well, if we're going to dress up as Martin St. Louis, we need 3 gray-haired wigs to start with. Here's the lines I'd like to see. With Dvorak coming back, or he's supposedly going to come back from his knee injury, Coffin and Suzuki need somebody to help them on that number one line. And I think a guy who could help them right now is Tanner Pearson. I never would have thought that at the beginning of the season, but smart, veteran player, can win puck battles, has a shot. We've seen the shot. I'm surprised how good a shot is, especially after all the hand problems he had last year. He can put the puck in the net when he gets an opportunity. I think he can help that line and give them more offensive punch. I would put Monahan between Slafkovsky and Anderson. Slafkovsky talked several times last season about how much he liked playing with Monahan because Monahan slowed the game down for him, and that's something Slafkovsky needs right now. The game is moving too quick for him. He looks lost out there, and I think Monahan will get Slafkovsky going and Anderson going. At the time of this taping, neither of them have scored a goal yet. Then the third line, Dvorak comes back. I put him between Gallagher and Newhook. I think that would be a good line. I think the two guys working up and down the wing, Dvorak comes back in, and your fourth line, you put Raphael Harvey-Pinard back down there with Evans and Armia. And I think that way you got 4 sort of more balanced lines and it fixes maybe some of the problems that they've had so far.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you on the first line, Stu, trying to get somebody with Suzuki and Caulfield. And you look down the list, Anderson, Newhook, and Slafkovsky are obviously struggling, not creating much. So you got to shake that up a little bit and, move some pieces around there to try and get those guys going. I don't know. It might be a trial and error type thing as we move forward to experiment a little bit. But when things are going well, it's always easy to say, why should we change when we're having some success other than these 3 particular guys are not doing much offensively and they can do some some quick changes, if you will, on moving those pieces around to try and get other guys going. And again, I'm sure that the coaching staff are discussing, okay, how can we get this guy going? Can we give this guy an opportunity to make things happen without sacrificing the play of another line? So it's an interesting situation that they have. But the good thing is they have the pieces to move around, and now it's up to them where they want to experiment with it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd upset the apple cart too much. How do you say that in French, Chantal? I think I'd move Monahan up to the second line, move Newhook over to the wing when Dvorak comes back, and just slot Dvorak in on the third line with Pearson and Gallagher. I think that Pearson and Gallagher bring enough defensively to insulate Dvorak a little bit, and maybe his speed through the middle will help them generate some offense still in a different way than Monahan, obviously. But I think specifically the most important thing is to get Newhook and Slafkovsky going, and Monahan's capable of doing that. Anderson, the thing about Anderson is I feel like he's not a guy that makes lines work, so I wouldn't worry too much about where he plays. He kind of creates his own offense. It's all through that rush type, the off the rush scoring, creating turnovers, a lot of battle in the defensive zone this year so far. So he can kind of slot wherever, but I wouldn't mess things up too much so far. One change that I would make is just remove Matheson from the PK. He's playing so many minutes, and so far it's been a bit of a struggle for him on the defensive side. So just give him a little bit of a break, lean on the young guys a little bit, and let him stay out there for the whole 2 minutes in the power play if he wants. But overall, I think lessening the burden on him a little bit long-term is a good idea.
It also lessens the injury factor on killing penalties, getting hit with a lot of shots, as we saw with David Savard. The thing with Newhook, the good thing about the Dvorak coming back is that it allows him to move Newhook out of center because he really struggles on faceoffs. Really struggles. He's only won 38%. And one of the reasons, I know analytics people don't really put a lot of emphasis on faceoffs, but when you're only winning 38% of your faceoffs at that line with him and Anderson and Slafkovsky, you're chasing the puck a a lot of the time when you're on the ice, it's hard to create any offense. So with Dvorak coming back, it allows him to have another centerman who can win at least, hopefully 50% of his faceoffs.
Great. Well, let us know at home. You can dress up like Martin St. Louis as well if you're interested. What lines would you tweak? What line combinations would you like to see him try? Leave that in the comments section below. And make sure to check out Hockey Inside Out to see our full episode.